Hello and welcome back to another LSBA video. This is Season 8, Week 7, and our team, the Seattle Staraptors, will be fighting the Denver Disco Daves, who's coached by David, who's currently the #1 seed in the league. He's been on a roll this season. So we're coming off a week loss from last week from Jack, so we're going to try and bring it back this week, because while we have a comfortable differential cushion in the league, we're at like plus 11 or something, the next closest team is like +4. We don't have a comfortable win lead, so we need to pick up some more wins this season to cement our place in the playoffs. So my opponent's waiting on me to start, so I'm going to try and fly through this really quickly. As usual, our team is Dragapult, Tapu Lele, Weavile, Mega Medicham, Galarian Zapdos, Ribombee, Nidoking, Incineroar, Azelf, Xurkitree, and Milotic, and our opponent's team is a rain team with Pelipper, Mega Swampert, Zapdos, Celesteela, Slowking, Galarian Slowking, Dragonite, Tapu Bulu, Barraskewda, Zeraora, Slurpuff, and Zygarde 10%. So just to quickly run through our team building, we're bringing Mega Medicham again this week. My opponent has a lot of bulky mons, and while Mega Medicham can't hit a lot of them super effectively, I don't think that my opponent has a lot of safe switch-ins. Like, even the resisted high jump kicks will still do a ton of damage. So we're just gonna come out swinging. We've got our dual stabs. We've got Fake Out this week for some of his faster mons, like Barraskewda potentially, especially if it is Swift Swimming, or Zeraora is faster than even our Dragapult, so Fake Out is just for chip damage on those fast boys. And then Ice Punch, mainly for Dragonite, but it also hits a few other things like Zapdos and Tapu Bulu super effectively. We're living our best Gotta Give Fast life this week with Choice Scarf Dragapult. Again, my opponent has so many super duper fast things on their team, like Zeraora and Swift Swim Barraskewda rather. I think that having like just a almost always faster option is good. The thing that's crazy with Barraskewda is that Barraskewda Swift Swimming is actually faster than Choice Scarf Dragapult still. So the way that I have it EV'd right now is to outspeed a -1 Swift Swimming Barraskewda if we get our webs up. But this Choice Scarf Dragapult is still faster than Swift Swimming. Mega Swampert, for example, is faster than non-Choice Scarf Zeraora, and can switch into you and deal with Zeraora pretty well, even if it is faster, especially if it's choice locked. So going super fast. Got Infiltrator in case my opponent sets up screens, U-turn for pivoting, Thunderbolt for mostly things like Pelipper and Celesteela, and then we got Dual Stab. As mentioned, we're running Ribombee again this week. This is another match where I think that Azelf and Stealth Rock could have been pretty good, but I want to try and slow down his Pokemon first. Or at least for this first matchup against him, that's what we're gonna try. So we got Sticky Web U-turn as usual, Energy Ball for Mega Swampert mostly. And then of the stabs that we have between Fairy and Bug, I think that Fairy just hits a few more things super effectively. Zygarde hits Dragonite, it hits something else I thought, maybe not. And Bug's also resisted by more things, I think, so that's our MO this week. We're going with Life Orb Weavile again. I considered Band this week or Swords Dance, but neither of those seems safe and like super guaranteed or easy to set up. So yeah, I think that Life Orb will do as well. We're running a second Fake Out again for those really fast mons like Zeraora, potentially Barraskewda. Like, if we need to stop something that's outspeeding us, that's what that's for. Ice Shard is just all around great in general in Weavile, but this week in particular, Dragonite's an obvious target. Zygarde 10% if it shows up. It's neutral against something like Mega Swampert, so it's a potential revenge kill option there. And then knock off Triple Axle. Same moves that we've been running a lot this season, not too much to say there. We're going with a more defensive than usual Incineroar. I've been running it bulky, but I haven't always been running like a support move like Will-O-Wisp on it. This week we are though. My opponent has a lot of super scary physical threats, I think. And so Intimidate plus Will-O-Wisp potentially just to bulk through things. I'm gonna make a split second decision though to actually go special defense, I think. Just because we have Intimidate Will-O-Wisp already. So let's go ahead and do plus special defense minus special attack. Where is that? I don't know if this is or minus attack. There we go, calm. I don't know if that's going to be a good idea, but that way we'll have both of our bases covered, I guess. We'll see if that comes back to bite us in the end. And then last but certainly not least, we've got our go-to Nidoking again. Dual Stabs, Thunderbolt again for things like Celesteela and Pelipper. Ice Beam mostly just for Dragonite. Yeah, not much to say. Nidoking just comes out and it hits things really hard. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and challenge our opponent here, and we will get right into it soon. Alright, so here we go with the actual battle. Let's see what our opponent has. They brought, looks like mostly rain stuff. We see they have Zeraora, they have Pelipper, Mega Swampert, Celesteela, Galarian Slowking, and Dragonite. I am very glad not to see the Barraskewda, because that means that our Dragapult will be fast enough to outspeed everything barring a Choice Scarf Zeraora. So what do we want to lead here? My opponent has 3 flying types, so I'm not sure how much value we actually get out of the Sticky Web, honestly. So I'm debating if it's still worthwhile to lead Ribombee, or if we want to try and save the Focus Sash to potentially come in on, like, Swampert or something later. I'm just trying to think, like, if my opponent leads Pelipper, we can pretty comfortably lead, like, Nidoking potentially and go for the Thunderbolt. We could potentially lead Dragapult and just, like, threaten no matter what. Honestly, I kinda like the Medicham lead just to get some fat damage off on something. I don't even know what. Yeah, honestly, let's just go for that. Heck with it. Power lead with Mega Medicham, let's go. Here's the Zeraora. Okay, so this is fantastic. We'll immediately get a fat fake out off here. Oh, I've been out fake outed. That's sad. Okay. Honestly here, I think that switching into Dragapult's pretty safe. I guess let me check to make sure that cancel. Let me make sure that Zeraora doesn't get whatchamacallit, Ice Punch. Because if it gets Ice Punch, then whatchamacallit, what am I trying to say? If it gets Ice Punch, then switching into Dragapult's very dangerous. If it doesn't get Ice Punch though, and it does not look like it does, okay, we're gonna switch into Dragapult. Just cause, like, yeah, Dragapult is immune to fighting, it resists electric, like, this feels pretty safe. It's not entirely safe and it'll take some chip damage, but it's whatever. Cause I would love to see, oh, my opponent's just gonna straight up go into Pelipper, okay. What does my opponent do here? Is Thunderbolt too obvious? He probably just goes into Swampert, right? I'm gonna U-turn, I think. Oh, my opponent's slow, though. So if my opponent also U-turned, then they get a free switch into something. And that means I can't throw out Ribombee safely because it'll break my Sash. What does my opponent really have for physical attackers? They have Swampert, probably Dragonite, and Zeraora. I'm just debating. I don't know if Incineroar is actually that useful. Or, like, necessary, rather. What did my opponent go for? That's the question. I guess we switch into Incineroar here. They almost certainly went for a U-turn, though. Yeah. That's not ideal. They're gonna switch into Swampert here. Yeah. Now we have special defense EVs, so we can't take a hit from this as well. So just clicking a ground move is super safe for them. I think we basically just have to lose, We have to lose Incineroar here, unfortunately. I think that's fine, though. Of all the things that we could have lost, this is probably the best option. I'm gonna go ahead and Parting Shot, just in case they do something funky. They went for Stealth Rock, okay. We will take that. We will take that indeed. Will we, though? No, that actually kind of sucks, because now our Rabombi's Sash will be broken. That means that we kind of have to go into, Dragapult here, I think? What does Swampert at -1 with Ice Punch do to a Dragapult, I wonder? So let's get our Dragapult in here. Let's do Swampert at -1. It doesn't do that much. This might actually be okay. So what do we do damage-wise? Draco Meteor is a not 2-hit KO because it'll lower its attack. Shadow Ball is also not. Yeah, we kind of gotta come out and just fire off a Draco Meteor, I think. I'm just trying to think, is it worthwhile risking Dragapult? Did my opponent bring Ice Punch is the thing? If he's running a support Stealth Rock set, I don't know if there's room on the set for Ice Punch. Does Earthquake do more? I guess Earthquake does similar damage. Either way, we're just gonna try and punch a hole in this thing. Please don't miss Dragapult. I believe in you. It's like nice that we got to keep our Incineroar, but it's not so great that we have to. Oh, he does have Ice Punch. Okay. We're just gonna swap back into Incineroar here. Dragapult has too much inherent value, being a speedy boy. Oh, and we just showed off our Choice Scarf there as well, since we moved first. Which is a-okay, honestly. At -2 attack, I don't think that Swampert can do much to Incineroar, even if it does go for a water or ground move. Oh god, a -2 waterfall still does a lot, actually. Okay, this is fine though. So let's see. We don't see the item on Celesteela. I think I do just want to go for a Will-O-Wisp though. See what they want to do. Get this thing burned. Especially since we don't have like other we don't have other status moves on our team, so it's not like we want to save like a Thunder Wave or something for this. Okay, we do see the leftovers here. Like, nothing really wants to take a knockoff, I feel like. But I think I'm still gonna go for Parting Shot here. Oh, okay, what are they doing? What can we switch into? Nidoking's relatively safe, honestly. Earthquake, ooh, that sucks. Okay, it's a good thing that we burned it then. It appears to be a physical-ish Celesteela, so we'll take it, we'll take it. Let's see, out of the rain, Nidoking is faster than Swampert. So I feel pretty safe going for a Thunderbolt. Nothing except for Swampert wants. Oh, Zeraora can take this. Let's go for Ice Beam. That doesn't do enough. Leech Seed, okay. He'll protect. We'll feint the Ice Beam again. And this turn, Thunderbolt. I don't know how much this does, hopefully enough. Pelipper, we'll take it. Okay, there's First Blood, so Nidoking takes out Pelipper. Here comes the Swampert. So now I have to evaluate how useful Nidoking is versus other Mons. It's got like a little less than half HP. But I honestly think that Rabombi is kind of my LVP here. It just doesn't do very much work against anything else on this team. What are my other options? We've seen Earthquake, Wait, did we see Earthquake? We saw Earthquake on Celesteela. We saw Ice Punch on Swampert. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot they can just hover over. Yeah, we've seen Stealth Rock and Ice Punch. Presumably it has Earthquake though, right? Like there's no way it doesn't. And how long did the rain last time? There went Drizzle. Did we see an item on Pelipperm? Let's see, 1 turn of rain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it was only 5, so I think that we don't have the long turns of rain. Let's see, Weavile is still super valuable, so we can't sack Weavile. Nidoking has value in the ability to just nuke Celesteela though. That's kind of what I like. Dragapult has value in being able to outspeed Zeraora. Rabombi's kind of questionable. Because it like... Focus Sash is going to be broken no matter what. It can't offensively attack anything very well. I think Rabombi is definitely less valuable than Nidoking, so that's an option. I like keeping Metagem around just because it can hit. It's faster than like all 3 of these things, so it can deal with all of these pretty well. Weavile's useful, Dragapult's useful, and honestly Incineroar is as well. I think we sack Rabombi. I think that Rabombi has the least amount of overall value. My opponent's gonna go for a flip turn. Nice, the flip turn killed us though, so that means that we still get the momentous switch. So we have Swampert, takes out Rabombi. My opponent goes Zeraora. Okay. Okay, so the easy option here is just Dragapult. We just have to stall out a couple more turns of rain. My opponent can't fake out a ghost, so that's good. Celesteela is still at like basically full HP. Like, Draco Meteor feels pretty good to go for, unless Celesteela comes out. I want to see how much Shadow Ball will realistically do to a Zeraora. Not enough, but is it like almost enough? Shadow Ball does like less than half. No, I think we just gotta go for the big damage. Okay, that's not gonna kill, but that was worthwhile, I think. Because I got it down to the range that we can take it out with something else. Do we see an item there? We do not. But they use Fake Out the first time, so I don't think it's Choice Scarf, right? That would be kind of silly. So Zeraora takes out Dragapult. Okay, so now we have 2 options. We can either go out into Weavile and Fake Out, or we can go out into Metagem and Fake Out. I guess first I want to see if either of these threaten a KO. So Dragapult did about 70-ish% with Draco Meteor, so this Zeraora set in the calculator looks pretty accurate. So what does Mega Metagem with Fake Out do? 29 to 34. Okay, that should be enough. And how much is that Swampert at? 46. Okay, so how much does Weavile's Ice Shard do to Swampert is the next question. Let's see, Weavile's Ice Shard will be not enough, about 24 to 28%. Yeah, so we need to get some damage off somewhere. Okay, next question. Will Weavile's Fake Out do enough to Zeraora? Fake Out will do about 23 to 27%. It's a roll. I guess the problem with that, though, is that Weavile takes a big amount of damage from Stealth Rocks every time it comes in. I think we gotta go into Medicham. Medicham... Like, my opponent can switch anything into Fake Out, but nothing except for Celesteela really wants to take it. Slowking Galar. Okay, that's fine. So, Rocky Helmet. That's obnoxious, though. Okay, let's see how much Zen Headbutt will do to this thing. So we are Mega Medicham. Fake Out did a lot less damage than this is showing, so this seems to be a physically defensive one, maybe? Yeah, that looks about right. Zen Headbutt does a little over 50%. With the alternate option being that we take a bunch of damage in return. Yeah, it'll basically kill us if we stay in. Now I'm just trying to envision... Zeraora still exists. No matter what, Mega Medicham can come in and fake it out as long as Medicham's on the field second. We can't switch Weavile in, so the play could be to go Incineroar. If we go Incineroar, we can just launch off a... launch off a no risk knockoff, basically. I'm just thinking, cause like Incineroar can't overheat while the rain's up, it won't do very much damage. I think the Medicham only takes a little bit of rocks damage every time it comes in, so it's worth keeping it at high HP. Especially since I'm pretty sure it just runs through everything but Zeraora later. I just don't think Incineroar has a ton of value here, so if we have to sack something, which we do, I think Incineroar is the play. Takes a lot of damage from that. Scald. Ooh, we live it though. We live it with our special defense investment. There we go. Okay. So this thing's way too slow. There's no way that it lives a knockoff. So let's just fire off a knockoff. Something has to take damage. That's perfect. Honestly, that's fine. The Slowking will take us out, but we put it within range for anything basically to come in and do work. Okay, so how much HP does Swampert have again? 46%. That's too much. Okay, before I lose track, let me track this kill down. Slowking G takes out Incineroar. But that we lived that Scald was fantastic. We have the workings of a win now. Okay, so what do we do? Honestly, Nidoking looks less and less appealing by the moment. I think we just come in and fire off a Earth Power. Because the only things that can take it are 2 flying types, and if a flying type comes in, then we can just blast it with something else. I think this is the play. Earth Power, easy peasy. Don't have to predict anything. This is super effective. He probably just sacks the Slowking off here, if I were to guess. But like the thing is that after the rain goes down in a couple turns, what is it, 2 turns? Like, Swampert's slow, and then Weavile can just kind of have its way with the rest of my opponent's team, more or less. That's why I was like hesitant to bring Weavile in earlier, because like it's gonna take 25% damage from rocks when it comes in no matter what. But if I had sent it in too early and had to swap out again, like that would be 50%, and then we'd be kinda SOL in a lot of ways. But now we have 100%, so as long as I can send it in fresh after Nidoking goes down, I think we're good. Here comes the Swampert, that's fine. This is the last turn of rain. So Nidoking takes out Slowking. Oh, this was the Battle of the Kings. Nidoking takes out Slowking. Okay, so obviously we're slower. That means that we just go for Earth Power, easy peasy. It doesn't matter, we're gonna die. That's fine. So, Mega Swampert takes out Nidoking. Here's the Zeraora. See, I'm pretty sure at this point Metacham can just like bully the hell out of this thing. Oh, their aura gets a free fake out though. That's the problem. Okay, so let's think about this before we make a hasty switch in. Their aura gets a free fake out on us, which is unfortunate, but it's just what's going to happen. Zero aura with fake out. And it has 24% left. So what I need to see, I really need Weavile to be able to do that much with Ice Shard. It does, okay. Yeah, so we go into Weavile here, because we have 2 priority options with Weavile. We go into Weavile here. What we do is we click Fake Out just in case my opponent doesn't, but he is going to. We eat that, and then we Ice Shard here. If my opponent switches out, so be it. That's fun. That was a crit. Fantastic. We'll take it. Triple Axle should KO. There we go. Okay, so Weavile takes out Celesteela. Here comes the Zero Aura again. Oh, here comes not the Zero Aura again. He's just gonna go for the KO with extreme speed. And he gets it. Yeah, I think that's all she wrote. Yeah, we needed extra HP. Somehow. I don't know how we got the extra HP, but that's what we needed. Alrighty, so that'll be big GG's. This should KO Swampert, no problem. That didn't KO Swampert, no problem. Whack. There we go. At least we'll bring it down to a close differential though. So Mega Medicham takes out Mega Swampert. Here we click Ice Punch again. Unfortunately, there's no way that Zero Aura doesn't take us out though. Plasma Fist. Okay, that still took us out. That was interesting. Alrighty, so that was a GG. Unfortunately, we're gonna rack up another loss, but at least we brought it back pretty close. It's another 2-0 loss, which we'll take. I can't believe it. So we got dissuaded from throwing down Sticky Web, rather, because my opponent had 3 flying types. But if we had Sticky Web down, we could have beat the Zero Aura, basically. So it's food for thought. Hopefully if we have to fight this person again in the playoffs, we can make some adjustments that'll help us win, but oh well, GG. That was a fun match again. So now we are at 4-3 for our win-loss record, and we are at like +9 differential, I think. I'll go ahead and log this match in the challenge book while we're talking about it. Yeah, that'll put me at +9. So again, we still have a pretty comfortable differential cushion, but I absolutely have to win at least 1 or 2 more of the battles moving forward in order to get to the playoffs, because other teams are quickly catching up to us in wins. That's a problem for future Ronder, so thank you all for watching as always. And please tune in again next week as we fight against the Port Angela Teddy Ursas, coached by my good friend Jacob. So that'll be a fun match. Yeah, so see you then. Bye.